the hell is up, you fucking cunts? No way. It's episode 38 of Resident Bummer. That is so neat, man. Fulcrum is back, if you couldn't tell. He can't wait to do such a good job on this episode, which is, of course, the 39th episode ever released. Moving straight along, a health check for myself during the time of this recording. I would say my health is about a 9 out of 10. We're holding on strong. Clothing check. I am completely naked right now. There's a reason for this. My room feels very warm, and I don't like sweating in my nice clothes, so I'll just get naked if it's too warm. I have to keep the fan low, or else it would pick up on the microphone, I would assume. So we're going to be keeping it low-key. Motivation check. Probably somewhere between a 7 and an 8. I guess now it's just time to read the journal. So, on Friday, October 9th, our first entry is... No, this is October 10th? Why did I say October 9th? I know why I did. You'll never know, though. This is October 10th. Friday, October 10th. Set 38, day 1. 1:30 a.m. I download Mass Effect 3 while chilling on my phone. I cannot wait to play the DLC in Mass Effect 3. I'm about to sneeze. Oh my gosh. That felt so good. I didn't even cover my mouth at all. Sorry. That's a bit disgusting. 10:50 a.m. I wake up and I play the first little intro bit of Mass Effect 3 until I get to the Mars section. Then I hop on YouTube until I guess I fall asleep for a little bit longer. Oh, no. This is at 1:50 a.m. Good lord. I'm an idiot. No, at 1:50 a.m. before I go to bed, I play the first little bit of Mass Effect 3 until I get to the Mars mission, which is where you pick up Liara to Sony, obviously. I believe... Is that the mission where Kaidan gets fucking shithoused by EDI? Or, I guess the robot that EDI eventually inhabits. That's enough Mass Effect talk. I finish up that mission in Mass Effect, then I go over to YouTube until I fall asleep. This is at 1:50 a.m. Remember, I messed up on the timing here. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I start streaming some Mass Effect 3 on Discord until I finish the mission on Mars. Once that is complete, this entry for the, I'm fucking stumbling everywhere over my words. The time for this entry is 2:45 p.m. I dress for work when it comes time, and I take off and clock into work. I say hello to Anna and Richard, then I get to work. It is busy as a fuck. Once Benjamin clocks in, I get a break, then eventually I head home. 7:20 p.m., I don't know why, but I don't think I will enjoy the movie night that Jack and Chud and all of his friends are hosting tonight. So I just don't join when I get home from work, and instead I keep streaming Mass Effect 3. Now, to be fair, guys, I was really excited to play some Mass Effect 3. It's so much fun. I love that game. 2 and 3 are just, God, they're great. They're great games. 2 is, I would say, better. There are some annoyances in 3 that kind of tick me off, but they are easily overlooked for the story and the characters and the dialogue and the decisions that you have to make. Oh my god, so many decisions in that game. But, I start streaming that when I get home, but afterwards, or before that, the exact opposite of what I wanted to say, I edit and upload the episode of the podcast, episode 37, of course. I send the video to Penny, just in case she wants it. She asked me to let her know when I was done recording, And I just assumed she also wanted to see the video uploaded in its finality. But yeah, I continue playing Mass Effect 3 after I edit the episode and upload it. Basically play Mass Effect 3 the entire night. I eventually rescue the Primarch? It's not Primarch. The Primarch from Palaven. And then I do a little bit of DLC. Oh man, and I get Javik. Javik, he is a Prothean, a living Prothean. I believe he's a DLC character. Yeah, it's all good. It's all great. What a cool dude, though, Javik. He's got good dialogue. Oh, I guess that's it. I can't remember anything else memorable, is what I put in my journal. Okay, there you go. I drank a lot of mixed berry V8 juice throughout the night, and I had some pizza as well. Eventually, I do get to bed, though, which brings us to Saturday, October 11th, set 38, day 2. At 1:20 p.m., I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and then I hop into my chair and stream some Mass Effect 3. I notice Richard texted me. I open the text, and I see that he asked me to come in and cover a shift at work. I oblige, and I change after my clothes are done drying. I drive in and I watch Bernard leave the store as I'm pulling into my parking space. I walk in and I say hello to Richard. He clocks me on. While there, I set up some notifications for my costume to make sure that I can buy it when it is in stock. I accidentally purchased all the items individually, and then I realized like a week later there was a bundle on the website that's cheaper, so I was like, oh, I'm going to cancel my order and then buy this when it gets in stock. So I'm waiting for it to get in stock. At 3:35 p.m., Ben shows up and replaces me. I take off from work and I shave when I get home. I do shower and get dressed for the mall, then I take off. Apparently when I showered, I cried in the shower. That's cool. Awesome journaling. I almost write a note and leave it on some douchebag's car that is parked really fucking terribly. I do decide against it, so I walk inside and I start listening to The Lonely Island's final/most recent album. It's probably the best one yet, LOL. I don't know why, it's all pretty good though. Glad I went through them for certain, so I can wear the costume with pride. 4:45 p.m. I finish The Lonely Island, then swap to finish Kate Nash's albums. She has some good shit too. Then I take off from the mall. As I walk to my car, I do see the douchebag that hasn't moved his car yet. So, at 9:15 p.m., not really at that time, but that's when I entered this into my journal, I leave a note for him. Then I drive home and start streaming some more Mass Effect 3. I believe my note said, "You park like a fucktard. Do better next time." With a little heart drawn next to the "do better next time." Yeah, I can't help myself. Sometimes I just have to just be a total ass about a scenario. Like I could have just as easily driven home without writing up that note and putting it under his windshield wiper, but hey man, when you got a lifted truck and you're taking up 4 different parking spaces at once, you really just need to, never mind. I'm gonna stop myself there. I will hold my tongue. Yeah, I get home, start streaming more Mass Effect 3. I play for a few hours, and then Penny joins. She asks about the plot of Mass Effect. I do a absolutely terrible job of explaining it, I think. She does talk a bit about Persona 4 and 5. She played 5, but watched a gameplay series, a walkthrough, I guess, I don't know, of someone else playing 4 before she started playing it. I think I played Persona 4 for a little bit. It was 3 or 4 that I played for a very small amount of time. And then I mention the game Coffee Talk to Penny. I do let her know that she would probably enjoy it a lot. Also, I believe it is recorded on this podcast somewhere. in some of the earlier episodes, but there was a guy earlier this year who came up to me. He was in a wheelchair, and he kind of started to hit on me, is what the vibe I was getting. So while I was out at the mall, so I just took off 10 minutes after. I started getting odd vibes. If you remember that guy, I do mention him to Penny, and Penny is like, wow, that's weird. That's so weird that you had to go through that, or something like that. We had that conversation a while ago, and I have a terrible memory, so you can yell at me later. Let's see, somewhere on Resident Bummer, is where that old guy would appear. I don't know why I wrote this all down in my journal, and I'm not even going to say it. I mean, I could, but it's certainly not important. It's just talking about that old guy in the wheelchair. Eventually, I take off, and I take a shit, apparently, when I get home. Or, no, not get home. I'm in the voice channel with Penny, playing Mass Effect, of course. I take off from the channel. I'm gonna go eat and drink, I think, maybe is what I said. I can't remember. I had a valid excuse, don't worry. Then as I'm done doing that, I'm like, oh, I gotta poo. So I go to the bathroom, oh, wait, no, it wasn't the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, I finish up to the bathroom, and then I sit down back in the chair. I'm ready to talk to Penny some more, but as soon as I'm about to put the headset on, I hear the garage door opening. Okay, I see. My food was arriving, because my parents were dropping it off. They picked it up from Taco John's. Penny messages me and says that she is taking off from the voice channel. Totally fine. Absolutely acceptable. And we're moving on to 9:25 p.m. I eat my burritos while watching Minecraft Funny Moments. This is your sign. If you haven't, I would recommend you go watch the Let's Play channel. It's just called Let's Play. It got shut down a year ago, I think. Or, I don't know. There was a certain point where they had to stop uploading because the parent company went bankrupt or dissolved. I don't know what the technical term is. Ow, I just hit my toe on the desk. I do message back and forth with Penny a little bit, I guess, throughout the night further on. And apparently I cry a lot on Saturday night. Just a lot of crying. I'm not gonna lie, I do still really enjoy crying. It feels really good. It's a very, very noticeable release. But at 11:25 p.m., I do hop back on Mass Effect 3, and I keep on streaming. Do a lot of the Leviathan DLC this night until I get tired and I go to bed. Moving on to Sunday, October 12th, Set 38, Day 3 at 11:05 p.m. I wake up very tired. I lay in bed for a while, and then I shit. I was about to censor myself. No, I shit. I shit all over that toilet. I shower, and then I brush. Afterwards, I hop into bed and stream some Mass Effect 3 until I leave for work. I drive in, I clock on, and I say hello to Richard and Bernard. At 1:30 p.m., I get to work. Text a little bit with some matches that I had on my dating applications. 2:55 p.m. Eventually, Ben clocks on to work, and I take my break. Richard leaves. I say goodbye to him, and at 6:25 p.m., I DM a whole bunch with Penny while I'm at work. I eventually clock off, head home, and I start streaming ME3, which is short for Mass Effect 3, when I'm there. Then I message Penny and mention that we should watch Community. At 11:20 p.m., she says yes. Very cool. I save my progress in Mass Effect 3, stop the stream of Mass Effect 3, and then I boot up my PC to start streaming Community. At 11:40 p.m., we watch the first 3 episodes, and then she says that she's really enjoying it. I'm super glad to hear it. Man, I am not gonna lie. I was a bit nervous that it was just going to be a total flop of a show. But it's the way she talks about it seems genuine. I think she genuinely very much enjoys it, which is absolutely awesome. Penny does go to bed, though, so I hop back on Mass Effect 3 after watching 3 episodes of Community. I keep playing Arya's mission to invade Omega. Also do a couple of fetch quests throughout the night. Very good game, Mass Effect 3. Also, I've been texting with another match. This one's from Down, that app that I hate. Oh boy, let's call them Sarah. I matched a week ago, I think, and we got each other's numbers, but we haven't really done anything. There's a question mark for this entry here. I text and ask if she is free tonight. She is. So we pick a time and a place, and I take off. I do meet her there, and we drive around for a little bit until we find a spot to park. Then we walk for a little bit, off of a path, into the scenery. Then we put up some blankets, or we put down some blankets, I guess. And then, we cuddle for a little bit until, wow, this is really crass. I did not hold back when I was writing this section. Okay, we cuddle for a little while until I'm gonna whisper this. I think I don't feel comfortable with even having the possibility of it being heard by someone putting their ear up to my door. Okay, all right. I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. We cuddle until she whips her tits out, and I start sucking on them. I finish inside of her. Oh no. Really, really quickly. And then I make sure that she's finished, if you know what I'm saying. Afterwards, we lay down, and one thing leads to another. And this hasn't even gotten to its worst. This is probably the worst little bit of this journal entry. Bear with me here. Try not to judge me. Try not to judge me too hard. She starts fingering my asshole. Then oh no. And then she tries sticking a dildo up my ass. God, I fucking hate talking about this. Yeah, I told you this was gonna be crass. Let's just say I'm not relaxed enough for the sex toy that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, good lord, I'm not gonna lie, I really do hate saying this, especially knowing that Penny could absolutely be listening to this episode. But that's life, you know? So Sarah gives up and God, she just keeps fingering me until a stranger out at 1 a.m. is just walking down the trail 20-25 feet away from us. He's 20 feet away. He was also shining a flashlight everywhere, so there's no way that he didn't catch a glimpse. He didn't say anything. He just kept walking. I guess he pretended he didn't see us. Oh my god. So we decided after he left that we were going to take off as well. I got home after taking off, and wow, I had to jerk off. Sorry, it happened when I got home. Then I watched a little bit more of Let's Play, the best of Minecraft moments, of course. Just look up Let's Play best of Minecraft moments. You should find it somewhere in that search result. Also, what else? I think I just go to bed that night, Sunday night, October 12th, the day that I got fingered for the first time. God, zooks, man. That is a milestone. We're gonna move on to Monday, October 13th, because I'm tired of talking about my asshole. Set 38 day 4, 4:15 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I jerk off in the shower, apparently. Wow, spicy. Then I hop back in bed for some Mass Effect 3. I stream that on Discord until I change for work. Drive in and clock on. I say hello to Anna and Bernard. Richard arrives soon after I do, so I say hello to him. Bernard leaves and Anna takes off after Bernard does. The whole day I am... Oh god. Oh no. Yeah. Sarah is a prolific texter, and the first person that I really have ever sexted with... Yeesh. Definitely still a bit new. You know, it was, I think, a month and 2 days ago that I lost my virginity at this point, so still new to the whole sex game, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Richard hands me a piece of Hubba Bubba strawberry watermelon gum to chew on throughout the day of work. We also talk about his session of Repo, a game that he plays with some of his friends. And he's also talking to me about Neo 3's announcement. It's I think it's like a Souls-like sort of slash game, but not open world necessarily like some of the Souls games are. It's like mission-based, I think. But eventually I do hop on my break and chill out. When it's time, though, I do clock out and leave. I get home, and the question mark for this entry is, after a quick shower, I dress and head over to my sister's house with my mom and dad. I arrive and I say hello to her family. Her kiddo is going crazy and growing up really fast. He's also starting to say partial words. We eat hot dogs and some burgers while watching The Last of Us TV show when her kiddo takes a nap. Mom and Dad had seen it. I think I might have talked about it on some earlier episodes. I don't know. But my sister and my brother-in-law haven't. So we finished the first season. We just had to watch the last episode. It's the only one I haven't seen yet. Pretty darn good, but something about the aesthetic of the game, like from 2013 specifically, makes it, it's just like, oh yeah, this is a video game. This is, looks so good with like those kind of like, it's in that weird transitionary period where games looked pretty good, but you can still tell very easily that they're a game. Very, very, very good era of graphics, I'm not gonna lie. Also, Skyrim's another very good example. Skyrim looks great. It doesn't really necessarily look like real life a whole lot. Maybe from far away it can, but God, the art style and just like the graphics in Skyrim, they give me a boner every time I look at it. It's crazy. I do message Penny and ask if she wanted to watch Community when I got home. She says yeah, so when I get home, I turn on my laptop and I get ready to stream. I also grab a cup of Kool-Aid because I'm thirsty. It's very tasty, and then I hop into the voice channel with Penny. I say hi, and then we start talking about our days. Then I ask if she's ready to start watching. So I play the first episode for us. Which is actually the 4th episode, because I watched the first 3 episodes last night, or the previous night. Sunday night, I think. It's actually the 4th episode, which is the one with the Duncan principle, and the first appearance of Vaughn's tiny nipples, I believe. We move on to the 5th episode, which is the crib sheet episode with Abed's alien arc. I don't know if any of that made sense to even 2% of the population on Earth. That's good stuff there. Finally, we finish episode 6, where Troy ends up playing football and Britta tries to get soft in the bathroom. Heyo. I could have said that better, but after we talk about the episodes, when we're finished watching those 3, she does mention the bathroom scene. I'm not gonna lie, I think I misunderstood her. The scene where Jeff and Britta are talking to each other during the recess in the pool debate. I want to say she was not talking about that, but I totally thought she was talking about that specific scene with Jeff and Britta. I believe she was talking about the Britta and Shirley scene where they're talking to each other in the bathroom. And Shirley is like, hey, Britta, you gotta, like, chill out and be nice to your girlfriends. They are both great moments, in my opinion, both great to talk about. But eventually, Penny does say she's getting tired, so she hops off and goes to bed. And I hop back onto my Xbox and play some Mass Effect 3 while streaming on Discord until I head to bed. Whew, that ends Monday's entries. We're moving on to Tuesday, October 14th. Set 38, day 5. At 2:45 p.m. I wake up super tired, lay in bed for a bit, then I shit, then I shower, then I brush, and then I turn on Mass Effect 3. I stream that for a few hours until I clean up some dog vomit on the landing of my stairs, and I carry some water softener salt to the water thingy. I can't think of its name right now. In the basement, the boiler room. There you go. Furnace room, I guess, is what my family calls it. Plan on listening to the Sundays when I go out to the mall. Wait, I skipped. Oh God, I skipped an entry. Eventually I change for the mall, save my Mass Effect 3 progress, and I drive out to the mall to listen to some music. I do plan on listening to the Sundays, which came highly recommended to me by Penny. I find my bench and I start listening. The first album is super easy to listen to. All of them are great songs, and I want to say most, if not all of them, made it into my playlist. I do realize as I'm sitting there, I forgot all of my accessories, as in my necklace, my watch, my bracelets. I forgot to put them on so that I looked interesting to people walking by. God, what a stupid fucking mindset. The only thing that I did take with me, was the chain ring. It's on my ring finger. I found it like a week ago, I think. Somewhere around a week or two ago. At this point, when I'm recording it, I suppose. It's really was a fortunate find. I do want more rings to wear. I think rings look cool. I think they look pretty. Luckily, I found it for free sitting in the dirt, like right in front of my house. But this is besides the point. 7:35 p.m. I finished every single song that the Sundays has ever released. They are all pretty darn good. 36 songs in total were added from them. Nice haul. And then I leave the mall, get home, and stream some Mass Effect 3. I do also message Penny. I tell her that the Sundays were really good, and I am down to watch some more Community. She says, thank you for listening to them. Of course, absolutely. And she's also down to watch some more Community. This is super duper. I love the show, and I love showing it to people, so I stream Mass Effect 3 for a while, until eventually my sister comes over at one point with her kiddo. I say hello to them, and I also get blocked by some guy in the True Achievements Discord server. He did sound quite upset with me when I believe he said, can this person stop asking me stupid ass questions? Oh my gosh, and that's a timer on my phone that just went off. That scared the hell out of me. Whoa, I was not expecting that. Good lord. But yeah, this dude gets really angry because I was trying to ask him some questions, like I do for a lot of people that I'm just trying to meet, talk to them a little bit. I did wait like a month to ask another question. I did ask him a question like a month ago, and then he never responded, so I was like, hey, I'm just going to ask him another one out of nowhere. A month later, and then he's like, this idiot needs to stop messaging me, to stop asking stupid-ass questions. I don't know why. He does, he just posts everything in the server, and he's like, look at what this idiot's doing. Because I think when I sent him a friend request, he was like, do not send me friend requests. It's like, geez, you can't ever win. I don't know. Everyone seems to think that I have it out for them. It's like, no, I just want to talk. Just want to have a conversation. Oh my god. It's so weird. It's always so fascinating to see how people behave. just like over the slightest inconveniences or annoyances. I feel like, I don't know why he couldn't have just like messaged me back and been like, hey, I don't appreciate you asking me questions. Could you please stop? I don't know. I mean, he doesn't owe it to me, obviously, and I don't owe anything to him, but I don't know. I feel like it is cooler to connect and talk with people and just like bug them at, with a month buffer in between bugging, right? I feel like that's enough time where it's like, okay, he's never going to answer the question, so I'm just going to ask another question. Yeah, I do try to talk with a bunch of people around that server throughout the day just to try and make my way further in, see if I can't make any other friends. I do hate how my brain is just telling me to call this guy like the nastiest names and just make him feel terrible for making me feel terrible, but it doesn't help. It just, I would say it passes the pain on, but I don't think it would make me feel better. I'm pretty sure it would just make me feel shittier. So, eventually, 12:15 a.m., I swap off of Mass Effect 3 to start streaming some more Community, grab some Kool-Aid before we start watching, and when I get back, Penny is waiting for me in the voice channel. We do talk about songs, and one of the songs I sent her had a heavy emphasis on the word love, so we talked about the word love for a little bit, but eventually we started up Community, and 12:40 p.m. we watched the next 4 episodes, and we talk about them a little afterwards. She eventually goes to bed, so I hop back onto Mass Effect 3, and I keep messaging in the True Achievements Discord, streaming in the voice channel as well. Eventually, I get real tired and I head to bed. I think I've completed the Omega DLC mission. Also, the Tuchanka mission, where you have to rescue Eve, the female Krogan, from getting killed by Cerberus, of course. Of course, this is classic ME3 stuff, you guys. You gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. I guess I was trying to do like a pseudo-Trump right there. I don't know. Moving on, though, this is going to be, what's the date? Wednesday, October 15th. Set 38, day 6, 2:55 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I hop into bed to keep on streaming some Mass Effect 3. Eventually I do change and I leave for work. I clock in, I say hi to Richard and Bernard, I get to work. 3:40 p.m. Bernard takes off, and I work with Richard for the most of the day, until I hop on my break. 6:55 p.m. I take off from work, I get home, and I install Celeste, the game Celeste. I hardly play it at all, just talking in the True Achievements Discord for a very long time, which is distracting me. It makes a lot of loud noise, though, the game, Celeste does. It's got loud music. I forgot to mention that I sent Penny a song, I believe, on this day. It must have been specifically the song Good to See by Pinback. I think it's a great song, absolutely awesome song. I would recommend you go listen to it if you never have. Only after listening to Monday by The Regrets, though. This is also a great song. This one was recommended to me by Penny. She has very good musical taste from what I've seen so far. And I ask if she wants to watch some more Community. She says, yeah. She says she's absolutely loving the show, which is nice. I sit in my room with Celeste on just the entire time, loud-ass music. Might be a fun game. Probably should try playing it a little more. Also, I was messaging the True Achievements Discord and asking if they had any methods to getting into new games, because I'm just absolutely terrible loading up a game, playing it for like 15 minutes, and then I just out of nowhere, I'm like, this game's terrible. I have to delete it right now. Not really that harsh, but it's always just like, I have absolutely no motivation to keep playing this. I do try to give the impression in that True Achievements Discord channel that I'm losing a lot of just motivation in general. I feel like a pretty big dickweed, though. Usually doesn't really help for me to discuss my issues like this from what I've learned over the past 38 weeks. But eventually I hop into the voice channel and stream my screen. Then Penny joins and we start watching some Community. We watch 4 episodes. I stop after the episode 14, which is Troy and Britta's dance episode. That's a good one. Also where I figured out where Kate Nash is actually from, the musical artist. And then eventually Jack, Chud, and Charles join like 5 minutes before episode 14 finishes. Charles joins in first, and then eventually, like a couple minutes later, the other 2 join in. They go crazy mode. One of them says a homophobic slur. I don't know if you can guess that one. You probably can, though. Totally nutso. Those guys are wacko. Nah, they're cool, though. Love those guys. They finish the episode with us. They talk for a little bit afterwards, and then we all dip out of the voice channel. Well, those 3 dip out first. Eventually, I tell Penny, I was like, oh, that was interesting to meet them finally. And she says they seem nice. I'm glad they didn't scare her off. She takes off for bed, and I guess I do the same. I thought I'd stream some Mass Effect after that. I think I did, but I didn't journal it, so it's lost forever. Set 38 Day 7, however, is not lost forever. 11:05 p.m. I forgot to mention, this is Thursday, October 16th. 11:05 p.m. I wake up around 6 a.m. and I can't fall back asleep, so I shit, shower, brush, and sit down. Start streaming some more Mass Effect 3 for a while. I finished Tuchanka the previous night. Rest in peace to Morden. And then I killed off all the Cerberus troops hitting the Citadel right after. Fun times. Eventually, I change for work and drive in. I say hello to Ben and Anna, clock on, and get to work. 12:55 p.m. While I'm at work, John tells me about a book he read called The Charisma Myth. I don't know if you remember John. I've mentioned him a few times on the podcast. Good friend I met playing Dark Souls 2. He recommended it to me, this book called The Charisma Myth. I figured I would give it a shot and started reading it while I was at work. I found a PDF file online, so I'm just going to read that for now. 8:15 p.m. I do clock out and head home after an unenjoyable shift. I forget to fill up with gas on my way home from the store, so I load up Mass Effect 3 and I stream it for a while until I message Penny and ask her yet again to watch Community. She says yes, so I get a drink, pee, and turn on my laptop to stream Community. Yay. She is in the chat when I join, so I start the stream up and we get to watching. Start on episode 15. 9:40 p.m. we watch through to episode 17. Finish that one. Good stuff in there. The Valentine's episode is great. I think it's episode 16, I believe. It's not my favorite in season 1, but it is a very good episode. I do tell Penny that I'm going to leave and go out to my gas station. Then I do that. Use the discount that was only going on today, because I just did this like an hour or 2 ago. This is Thursday after all. I take off and I get back home. I get ready to record. I also get naked because my room is just absolutely hot somehow on October 16th. Yeah, it's crazy. For some reason, I start stretching. Oh, God. Oh, my God, dude. This is crazy. So, yeah, I'm sitting there getting ready to record the podcast. I don't know why. I just sit down on my bed, and I'm totally naked. And I look down at my dick, and I was like, it's been a really long time since I just, stretched. This is going to sound weird. Stay with me. Well, actually, I don't think it leads anywhere, so you can lose me at any point, and I won't care. Yeah, I look down, and I'm like, man, it's been a while since I stretched my dick out. What does that look like again? So I just very gently, okay, this is going to get crass. Well, I don't know. Maybe a little graphic, detailed. Let's say that. I do gently pinch, I gently pinch the glands, I believe is the anatomical term, the glands of my penis, and I stretch my dick out as far as it'll go. And it is really strange. Like, in my journal, I compared it to one of those kids' toys, the sticky hands that you, like, sling out and stick to stuff. It is super strange, though, how a flaccid penis can be, like, just stretched out to its maximum length. It's not even, like, painful at all. I mean, it's maybe a little uncomfortable. Maybe, like, if the word pain meant, like, I'm trying to think, what is the most, like, stubbing your toe was 50% pain. It's like, well, stubbing your toe would probably be like 20% pain. So if stubbing your toe is like 20% pain, I would say that stretching your dick out is like, it's like 3% pain, which is, I mean, if you ask me, that's basically pleasure at that point. Okay, chill out, Fulcrum. It's truly fascinating. I also realized that I have to write my intro and outro before I start recording, so I do that, and wouldn't you know it, here we are, recording the episode, and that means I'm gonna have to end the episode now, which is, I'm glad, not gonna lie. I think, obviously, there's going to be no outro, no traditional outro. I don't feel like doing outros, so I'm not going to be doing outros until I feel like doing outros, which, not going to be anytime soon, if ever. This week's rating is like, man, what a wild week. This is a wild week. Let's give this like a 9. This is a 9 out of 10 week. This is a formative week. I was going to summarize some things that happened, but, there's a lot of nasty stuff that happened, so I don't really want to repeat any of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode now, which means I have to ask you a question. Am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off